Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Work Talk Malaysia, your go-to space where we explore the real workplace issue that affect a real people. I'm your host Fatin Nabila, and today episode is especially relevant to all of us. We're diving into balancing work-life integration and promotion, employee well-being in Malaysian organization. Now, we often hear about the work-life balance, but in reality, achieving that balance feels almost impossible for many Malaysians. Let's be honest. Between endless deadline, unpaid overtime, and long commuters, and the always-on culture on WhatsApp work group, our personal time is constantly being invaded. In fact, in 2023, reported by Employment Hero revealed that nearly 60% of Malaysian employees feel burnt out and many are silenced, struggling with mental issues that often go to unspoken due to workplace stigma. On top of that, Malaysia ranked among the top country for overworking, especially in urban sector like finance, technology, and education. So, we also seeing a rise in job hopping among the younger professional, and it's not just about the salary, it's about the toxic environment, lack of flexibility, and employers who overlook the importance of well-being. Remote work blurry the lines between office and home, and now many employees are left wondering that it is sustainable? No. So that's why this conversation is important, and it's time to go beyond just offering casual Friday or gyms discount. We need to talk about real situation, empathetic leadership, and mental health policy, and a workplace culture that respect boundaries. So to help us navigate this topic, I'm joined by two amazing guests. First, we have Ayuni, a highlight experienced HR expert who has worked closely with organizations to build the healthiest, more human-centered workplace. Welcome, Ayuni.
Glad to be here. Thank you, Fatih.
All right. So, and joining us as well as is Tasha, who here to give the inside view from an employee's perspective that challenges the expectation and the emotional toll of managing both work and life. Welcome, Tasha.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So, if you ever felt overwhelmed, unheard, and or just exhausted from trying to do it or stay with us, you are not on long. You are not alone, and this episode is definitely for you. So, before we dive deeper, let's take a quick look at the current situation of work-life balance and employee well-being in Malaysia. The numbers really show how many people are struggling. A recent survey by UCSI Poll Research Center found that only 4 out of 10 Malaysians are happy with their work-life balance. More than half say that their work over 8 hours a day, and 7% work more than 10 hours daily. This means work often takes time away from their personal life, causing them to miss important events and not get enough sleep. Burnout is getting worse too. In 2024, Wellness at Work report from Employment Hero says that 67% of Malaysian workers feel burn out, up from 58% in 2022. Millennials feel it the most, with 69% saying that they are burned out, and followed by Gen Z at 64%. The main reason is finding it hard to balance work and life. So, Uh, from of this isn't just a number. For example, in 2024, surveys show that 60% of working mothers in Malaysia are struggling to balance work and family, and 37% have trouble taking care of themselves, and it's not just a one group facing this problem. The same report found that 55% of all employees rate their work-life balance as average or poor, showing this issue affect many people. So, this fact show how important it is for Malaysian company to focus on their employees' well-being and find ways to help them balance work and life better. Now, before we talk about how company can help, I want to clear up something that confuses a lot of people. Ayuni, can you explain what the difference between work-life balance and work-life integration? Are they just the same thing with a new name, or are there a really different way of looking at work and life, and what the key challenges in Malaysian organization?
All right, so thank you, Fatin, for the introduction just now. Moving on to your question to answer, I've done a few research before I came here. So in today's fast-paced and digitally connected world, the conversation around managing work and personal responsibility has evolved significantly. Two concepts that often arise are work-life balance and work-life integration, both aiming for harmony but with different approach. So traditionally, work-life balance emphasizes setting clear boundaries between work and personal life. It's the idea that you dedicate specific hours to work, and once the day ends, you shift entirely to your personal life. So for example, you finish your work at 5 p.m. and not checking your emails or WhatsApp afterward. This separation is meant to protect mental health and prevent burnout. So Semester cited in Cherry 2023 described that this separation is meant to ensure, or is a way to ensure, that neither work nor personal commitments overwhelm the other, though the exact balance look different for everyone. For some people, it may mean prioritizing time with family, or for some people, it may seem focusing on health or hobbies, or simply just resting. So the key is that no part of life should consistently drain a person's energy or joy. However, the rise of flexible work, digital tools, and remote jobs has blurred those boundaries. This has led to a growing preference for work-life integration, a modern alternative where professional and personal tasks are blended throughout the day. Rather than compartmentalizing life into a fixed time slot, integration allows people to attend a morning meeting, then take a midday break, and to run errands or care for a child, and later return to work refreshed. So this flexibility makes it easier to manage daily demands, especially for individuals juggling with multiple roles at once. According to the Indeed editorial team 2025, work-life integration helps reduce anxiety and boost life satisfaction because people have more autonomy over their time and responsibility. So work-life integration also reflects a deeper shift in mindset, and it's not just about managing time, but designing a lifestyle where work and life enrich each other. As noted by Inspiration 2024, the goal is not separation but synergy. Instead of constantly choosing between work and life, individuals can weave the two together in ways that support their overall well-being. So, despite the growing awareness, many Malaysian organizations still lag behind in adapting these two changes. A major barrier is the 24/7 work culture, where employees are often expected to be reachable beyond office hours. So, this creates a constant pressure and makes it difficult to disconnect, especially when digital communication tools make work ever present. So on top of that, many companies lack flexible work policies, making it hard for employees to structure their time in ways that suit their personal needs. The consequences are clear. According to Randstad Malaysia 2022 Work Monitor Survey, 95% of employees said that work-life balance is important. Yet 1 in 3 had already resigned from a job due to their inflexibility. So additionally, 37 of millennials left roles because they couldn't choose when or where they work, and this highlight a growing mismatch between employer expectation and employer practices. So recognizing this, the Malaysian government has published a new guideline in 2025 to support flexible work arrangement according to Human Resource Online 2025. So this include policies such as adjustable working hours and remote work option. However, implementation is still uneven and a mindset shift among employees is needed to truly foster supportive, flexible work environment. So even if employees want flexibility, not all organizations are ready to support it, because at the end, the decision is still made by the employer. So that's all for me.
So thank you Ayuni. That was a really clear explanation. So just to sum up, work-life balance is not it is about setting boundaries, like switching off after 5 p.m. while work-life integration is more flexible, blending work and personal tasks throughout the day to suit our lifestyle. But as you mentioned, many Malaysian employer still expect staff to be available 24 hours, and flexible policy are often missing. This lead to stress, burnout and even high resignation rates as seen in the Rest Time Malaysia survey, where in 1 in 3 employees quit due to lack of flexibility. So now I like to hear from you, Tasha. As an employee, how do unreasonable employee expectation affect your well-being and productivity? And do you think Malaysian workplace are truly ready to support work-life integration? Okay.
Okay, thank you, Fatin. As an employee, I think many of us can agree that unreasonable employee expectation have a huge impact on our well-being and productivity. When we are constantly expected to be on call, even outside of our working hour, it becomes employee difficult to truly disconnect and spend meaningful time with our family. And over time, it lead to mental and emotional exhaustion. Yeah, exhaustion. Sorry, I'm broken English. And not just physical tired, it's really burn out,
Yes,
I take Panadol, three Panadol in one day because headache. Okay. For instance, I personally experienced situation where work message would come in very late at night, and if you didn't respond it immediately, you'll be seen as not being committed, and that kind of pressure boosts up, and it's create me anxiety and affect my sleep, and honestly it's make me dread going to work. I want to resign now. And as for whether Malaysian workplace are ready to support work-life integration actually, but I would say some are moving in the right direction, but many still have a long way to go. There's still a strong culture of micromanagement, outdated mindset about productivity, and a lack of trust in employees. Flexibility is often seen as a privilege instead of a standard practice. Hmm. That's the truth lah. And to make a real progress, there's need to be a shift in mindset, not just policies on paper. And by genuinely cultural change where employee well-being is really prioritized. So actually, we need to prioritize the the mindset, not the policies. So that's all.
Thank you, Tasha. That was a powerful and honest reflection. It really shows how unreasonable expectation and outdated work culture can take a serious toll on employee well-being, not just a physical but emotional too. So you also raise an important point that real changes isn't just about the new policy, but about the changing how we think and treat each other at work. So trust, flexibility, and empathy should be the new standard, not as exception. Now that we have heard from the employee side, let's shift back to the organization perspective. Ayuni, Based on your experiences, what are some best practice and solution that companies in Malaysia can actually implement to support healthier work-life integration?
So, in today's dynamic work landscape, the traditional 9 to 5 model is increasingly viewed as outdated. Modern employees are no longer just seeking jobs, they are looking for a lifestyle that allows them to thrive professionally without sacrificing personal well-being. So, this shift in mindset has led to the growing popularity of the flexible working arrangement, especially hybrid work model that combine the benefits of remote work with structure of office collaboration. So, globally, research support this shift. A Qualtrics survey of 37,000 employees found that employee engagement reached its highest point, which is 76% among those in hybrid role. This is no surprise when employees are given the autonomy to manage their time and space. They tend to feel more trusted, more responsible, and more motivated. Moreover, 62% of respondents said that flexibility was a major reason they would remain with their employer for 3 years or more in InvestKL 2025. So in an era where job hopping is common, this level of loyalty is significant and suggests that flexibility can be a powerful retention strategy. But flexible work isn't just good for employees, it delivers a tangible business benefit too. According to a 2023 report by Scoop, companies that offered full flexibility between 2020 and 2022 experienced a 21% growth in revenue compared to only 5% for those enforcing traditional in-office work. Flexibility also reduces operational costs, particularly expenses related to office maintenance, utilities, and long-term space leasing. This saving can be reinvested into innovation, employee development, or digital infrastructure. So, recognizing the value of these changes, the Malaysian government has taken concrete steps to support flexible work. In January 2023, Section 16P and 16Q of the Employment Act 1955 were enacted, officially giving employees the right to request flexible work arrangement. And this policy ensures that worker needs for balance and well-being are taken seriously, and that employee considers such requests within a fair framework as stated in InvestKL 2025. So beyond legislation, the Ministry of Human Resource through Talent Corp launched consultation service in April 2024 to help employers design and implement hybrid system tailored to their industry. Even tax initiative and advisory support are being considered to make flexible work mainstream rather than exceptional. So this commitment has influenced how many companies, especially multinational corporations, which is MNC, structure their workplace. According to Hayes Market Survey 2023, only 30.9% of MNCs in Malaysia require full-time in-office presence. In contrast, 61.4% of local companies. The remaining MNC are increasingly embracing the hybrid work, with nearly 40% offering flexible model that allow employees to be in the office only 2 to 3 days a week. So this approach not only support mental well-being but also acknowledge the evolving nature of work, where outcomes matter more than presence. What's even more remarkable is that flexibility is being adapted in traditionally rigid industry. Take the logistics center, once known for its dependency on physical presence, it is now leveraging technology to enable remote operation of warehouse system. Companies like DHL are deploying robotics, automated vehicles, and digital twin virtual simulation of physical system to make this possible. One standout tool is Yonder, a software platform that allows employees to control multiple warehouse robots remotely, thus making it possible to manage physical tasks from non-physical location, as mentioned in InvestKL 2025. This development shows that flexible work is not a trend, it's a transformational movement. The focus is no longer on where work happens, but how work is done, how inclusive and healthy that workplace is, and how much trust and autonomy employees are given. To stay competitive and sustainable in the long run, Malaysian organizations must view flexibility not as a perk, but as a core operational strategy. So that's all from me.
Thank you, Ayuni, for that insightful overview. It's clear that flexible work arrangement like hybrid model aren't just about the convenience. They boost employee engagement, retention, and even a company revenue. Plus, the Malaysian government has taken important steps to support these changes with laws and initiative encouraging employee to embrace flexibility. Now, Tasha, from your perspective as an employee, what other solution or support system do you think Malaysia workplace should adopt to improve work-life integration and employee well-being? What practical changes will make a difference in your daily work life?
That's a great question, Fatin. From my perspective, two things that would really make a difference are proper mental health support system and dedicated wellness day. Firstly, mental health support need to go beyond like attending talks during mental health week. Okay, companies should offer access to a professional counseling service, have an open conversation around mental health without stigma, and train manager to recognize when employees might be struggle. Even sometimes as simple as having a confidential helpline or monthly mental wellness check-ins can show that employees that their emotional health matters. Sorry. Secondly, I believe in having wellness day, paid day off, especially for my mental resting. And these are not the same as annual leave. Sometimes we just need a break, especially after instant period of work. Uh, like go to karaoke or swimming pool to release stress. Awareness day can prevent burnout before it's happened. Some companies overseas are really doing this, and I think it is time we normalize it here in Malaysia too. At the end of the day, when employees feel cared and supported, they will give their best. So that's all from me.
Thank you, Tasha, for your perspective. Yes, of course, mental health support system and wellness day or initiative is important to the employees. So, to bring closer to home, we have prepare short video showing a real life story from Malaysian employees navigating these challenges. Let's watch it together to better understand the realities behind the statistics.
Kalau Malaysia ni working hour dia terlampau lama lah. Dia dekat sampai 8 ke 10 kan. Tapi kalau kita tengok negara maju dia hanya bekerja 4 jam je. Lepas tu selepas ni dia hanya relax supaya dia tenang, supaya dia tak fikirkan tentang masalah kerja. Jadi dia boleh kerja dengan lebih fresh.
Work-life balance definition. Sampai rumah, kita tak payah fikir pasal kerja. That's for me lah, like the perfect work-life balance.
Kena respect personal time lah. So I think after we balik dari kerja, balik rumah, like make sure you don't answer, work calls, work emails.
Work-life balance.
Work-life balance, why?
Because I get to do my own things instead of just working on the same thing every day.
So you don't mind like not having like high salary as long as you have like time for yourself?
Yeah.
That video really bring the challenges to life, from employees struggling with blurry work-life boundaries to the stress of constant connectivity and lack of support. It's clear that this issue affect real people, impacting their mental health, motivation, and even their decision to stay with a company. So, what can organization do? Here are few practical steps. First, implement flexible work policy that go beyond just allowing remote work. Think flexible hours and a workload management. Second, encourage a culture of respect for personal time, where employees aren't expected to answer emails or call after work hours. And third, provide mental health resources like counseling and stress management program. Not only that, I think train manager to recognize burnout sign and support their teams proactively and promote professional growth opportunity to keep employees engaged and motivated. By taking this action, companies not only improve employees' well-being but also boost productivity and retention. So, Tasha, we have talked a lot about what employers can do, but What about the role of the government and NGOs? From your perspective, how important is their involvement in supporting work-life integration and employee well-being? Are there specific program or initiative?
That's a really important point, Fatin. Yes. While employers play a big role, I truly believe that government bodies and NGOs are just a crucial in creating an environment that support work-life integration and employee well-being. For example, the government can introduce stronger and enforcement of existing labour laws, particularly those relate to working hour, paid leave, and flexible arrangement. It's great that flexible work is now part of the Employment Act, but not every company take it seriously. There needs to be better monitoring and accountability lah. Beside that, public campaign can help reduce the stigma around mental health. NGOs can organize community reach out program, offer free or subsidized counseling service, and even conduct workplace training on emotional resilience and work-life boundaries. Some NGOs are already doing that in small scale, but I would love to see these programs scale up nationwide. Ultimate, when the government and civil society work hand in hand with business, it sends a strong message that employee well-being is a national priority, not just a corporate option. That's all.
Thank you, Tasha, for sharing your thoughts. It's great to hear how government and NGOs can play a role in creating a healthier work environment. Now, Ayuni, turning to you, while organization and authority have their part to play, what can employees themselves do to protect their own well-being and maintain a healthy work-life integration in today's demanding work culture? Alright, so in today's demanding work culture, employees must take active steps to protect their well-being, physically, mentally, and emotionally. One essential step is setting clear boundaries between work and personal life. Think of these boundaries like a fence around the garden. They keep your personal space safe from being overrun by work demands. Setting boundaries at work means establishing a healthy professional practices for yourself, which helps you stay productive and happy while clearly separating work and personal time as stated in Indeed Editorial Team 2025. So self-care is just as vital, taking a regular breaks, getting enough sleep, exercising, make time for hobbies and keep your energy and your mind sharp. So don't hesitate to communicate openly with supervisor when overwhelmed. Silence only lets stress grow. And the next one is good time management, like prioritizing tasks and avoiding multitasking also reduce stress and improve focus. It's like watering the most important plants first to ensure the garden thrive. And additionally, recognizing early signs of mental strain and using supportive service such as counseling can prevent a bigger problem. And finally, investing in your personal growth by learning new skills to boost your job satisfaction and give you control over your career path. So, in summary, protecting your well-being isn't just nice to have, it's like tending your own garden so you can flourish both at work and life. That's all from my opinion lah. So, I love your talk, Ayuni and Tasha. Thank you so much, Ayuni and Tasha, for sharing such valuable insight today. It's clear that balancing work and life isn't just about the managing time. It's about the creating a supportive culture, adopting flexible practices, and empowering employees at every level. Okay, so maybe I need to conclude. So the time is almost end. So to our listener, whether you are an employee, employer, or policymaker, I hope today's discussion encourages you to reflect on how we can all contribute to healthier, happier workplace in Malaysia. Yeah, if you enjoy this episode, please subscribe and share it with others might benefits. And feel free to reach out with your thoughts or experiences. We love to hear from you. Until next time, take care and remember your well-beings matter. Bye. See you.